Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we have this position, white pawn going forward in this direction and black pawn going downward this way. It's white to play and win, and white has only a single way to win this. Otherwise the rest will be just a draw or even losing. So with all of this, go ahead, pause the video and cast a move. Best of luck. Okay, welcome back. The first move you may probably play is to push one of this pawn, but that is not the correct solution. This is why after we push the pawn, yes, we are going to sacrifice one of our pawn to create a passed pawn, but this pawn race is just a draw, because when we get a queen, like when we get a queen this way, black would get a queen with check. So we have to move our king, and this is just a draw, right? So black would just give us so many perpetual checks, like queen to d3, or like these checks, and these checks will never end, and black may eventually trade queen, and we just lose, or this is actually a draw, but we are the one who has losing probability, right? So this is not the solution of the puzzle. Pushing one of our pawn is not the solution, because black would just get a queen, and some of you are thinking after we get a queen we just deliver checkmate that way, but our king is on the first rank, meaning when black gets a queen, it comes with check, and that would be just we have to move the king first, so black would just give us perpetual checks. So that being said, we can't help our pawn, or we can't just capture this pawn and create two passed pawn, because black has also these pawns, these three pawns. They are too dangerous. So the first move is a king move. We have to make a king move. Of course, we can't play these two moves, king to f1 and king to h1, because it doesn't have anything to do. I mean, all of them are draw, because black will just push this, and we don't have anything to do. Black is going to just go out, and if black managed to get out from this position, it's a draw. Let me show you. We can play king to g2. Black will just push and go out this way. We may take, but black will just get out and get to this pawns. Thanks to black's pawn on g file, they serve as decoy. Decoy pawn means a pawn that is isolated from the main pawns, but has purpose, because the king has to take it, otherwise that pawn would be just a queen. So that is the idea, and this move doesn't work. And the other moves are to play king to f2 or king to h2. Both doesn't work. The correct move is to play king to g2. So let me show you what would happen if we play king to g2. Now in this position, black would just give us check, so we have to take black's pawn, and black would just push to g4 and create escaping route. So in this position we can't make any progress. For some of you, we can't just sacrifice one of our pawn. It's the same race, but I said king to g2 is the only winning move. Here is why. The king, black may play g3. Notice now it's not a check, meaning taking is optional. So now we don't take the pawn, instead we can push our pawn, one of our pawn actually. So this is not the correct pawn to push, but if we push this pawn, all of black is also get a queen, and that is just a draw. But if we push the other pawn, we black has to take this, so we just get a queen, right? Both black and us get a queen. But now we can play queen to h3, and that would be just checkmate. So that is the main purpose of promoting the pawn on c8. So we have to move this pawn. That is the idea of pushing the a pawn. So in this position, after we play g2, I said taking black will just play g3, and I said taking is not optional. So for that reason, we can push one of our pawn and create a passed pawn and just checkmate at the end. So we push here, and this is a winning rate. And if black decided to just, in this position, if black decided to just push this, we just one move faster, and black wouldn't promote in this position. So we just play here and just capture this, so that makes black slow down, and we are going to win this way. But how about if the king moves h3, h6? So the king moved to h6. Now if we push the a4 pawn, black would just take it, and yes, we are going to get a queen first. But now there is no checkmate there, and black would just get a queen, and we don't have any follow-up, right? So what do we do in this position? We don't have anything to do. We can't just take the pawn, but that doesn't do anything, right? So in this position, if black decided to play king to h6, we are not going to push this pawn. Instead, we are going to push the c4 pawn and sacrifice the c pawn. This is because after the pawn takes our pawn, we move our pawn, right? So it's the same pawn race, but now black is going to get a queen on the c file, which means black cannot access the h8 square. That would be just checkmate, right? So the king can't move, and this is just checkmate. So the moral of this puzzle is we just move the king upward, g2, so when the pawn moves, it doesn't come with check, so we don't have to respond in a certain way. That makes us with a lot of option to push one of these pawns. Since the pawn is moved, we can access the h3 square, and that would result in checkmate if black does nothing with the king. So we deflect the pawn to the a file. But instead of pushing, if black plays a king move and play h6, we are going to do the opposite. We just move the c file pawn and just promote. So when the pawn promotes on c1, we are going to just deliver checkmate on h8. That is the idea. So in this position, what if black plays this direction? What if black plays king to h4? What do we do? Again, we can't push this pawn, otherwise at the end of the race the pawn would be promoted on a1, controlling the h8 square. Instead, we are going to push the c file pawn. So when the pawn is promoted at the end of the race, like this and this, we can deliver checkmate. This way it's a similar thing. So this is the idea and this is the solution of the puzzle. If you found all of this, congratulations. Make sure to subscribe to see similar chess puzzle videos like this. Bye.